hear them, and we must acknowledge that these concerns are not only genuine and valid, but are urgent. Our goal is to move beyond listening as I was doing it there. We must now move and commit ourselves to turning the frustration that we see among our youth into meaningful and tangible progress. This forum, therefore, provides the perfect opportunity to provide our feedback on the necessary actions from the government to address these challenges. Kenya has adopted also, that's the next step I'm moving to, a privatization as a strategic economic policy shift to promote efficiency in the economy by subjecting public services to market forces. So I'll talk about privatization shortly, but let me just mention that this shift aims to improve competitiveness, boost our revenue generation, and support fiscal consolidation. A pathway that would help us in reducing government expenditure on inefficient state corporations and fostering market development through deepening Kenya's capital market. Kenya now is number 2 in Africa, according to the report of last year, in terms of our capital market development, just after Egypt. Our Nairobi Securities Exchange is number 2 in Africa. And we must continue to deepen it to take our rightful position in Africa, which is number 1. This engagement process, therefore, is timely in view of the intensified conversation regarding opportunities privatization offers in contributing to national development through revenue enhancement and containing public debt and easing pressure on our public expenditure. In fact, I'll come to condense the reason why we are going the privatization route, because that is key. Many Kenyans have not understood why we have decided to privatize KPC. And I must be specific on KPC because it is out there in the market. KPC belongs to you and I, belongs to Kenyan. It is your asset. You must understand why we are divesting 65% out of KPC and giving to the public and other players. So this will reduce government's administrative burden by leveraging the market expertise of the private sector. So the National Treasury will in this regard continue with sound macroeconomic policies to enhance resilience and create a conducive environment for private sector, including the local business communities. Let me reaffirm the government's recognition of the critical role the private sector plays, especially the local business communities, the role it plays in driving Kenya's economic growth through revenue contribution and job creation. Under the bottom-up economic transformation agenda, the government is implementing measures to create favorable conditions for the growth and sustainability of private enterprise. I can see Mheshimiwa Dehu, you're wondering, Mbadi is talking about bottom-up economic transformation agenda. You know, nowadays I speak it even better than you. Yeah. Broad-based. To enhance the outcomes, I hereby call for closer collaboration between the government and the private sector to unlock growth opportunities, especially in sectors with high youth employment potential like agriculture, MSMEs, housing, healthcare, and the digital and creative economy. These sectors are not only engines of growth, but also platforms of innovation, entrepreneurship, and job creation for the youth. This engagement provides a basis for this collaboration through sharing of ideas and proposals towards this objective. We will therefore endeavor to have a robust collaboration with all stakeholders, including the youth, the private sector, representatives, experts, civil society groups, volunteers, and local communities. So by forging these partnerships and collaboration, the government will harness ideas, skills, and resources of diverse stakeholders to better deliver policies in a more transformative way. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to state here that I was elated to receive a written memorandum outlining some practical measures through which we can enhance financial support for students in tertiary institutions. And I want to mention here all the representatives who have spoken. Kindly put what you have written, what you have said in writing, and submit them to us. And any other person who has ideas, we have a team here who will collect your views And then we will sit down at the National Treasury to look at your views and your priority areas and accommodate them. We have listened to students just to get to know that our sitting here is not an academic exercise. I will tell you that listening to students when we began, Higher Education Loans Board, the HELB funding, in the last year's budget was first 41 billion reduced to 37 billion. Out of that, this financial year, we are proposing to enhance it to 58 billion, just by listening to students. But I want to tell you that I have heard you say that we are not disbursing Higher Education Loans Board. We may need to check where the problem is. Because the budget for 2025-2026, and we are in January, the year is ending in June. And this is the fact. The budget for 2025-2026 for Higher Education Loans Board was 36,419,870,000. National Treasury has disbursed or funded Kenya shillings 36,419,870,000, meaning we have funded it in full, 100%. So when I hear that there is delay, I'm wondering, what is this delay? And this was a request from the ministry. The ministry requested us to release the money in full, and we did that because we value the education of our children. Problem maybe is that it is not adequate, and we are working towards improving that. And I will explain to you that we have other competing needs, but we value education. The money that goes to university, is it University Funding Board? Yeah? The scholarship, the one that is modeled around mean testing. Yeah? The budget was 17,158,226,971. Up to date, we have funded 8,579,113,485 shillings. That leaves 8,579,113,485, meaning we have funded it 50%. So we are not that late in disbursement, but I may need now to discuss with the Higher Education Loans Board and find out where is the delay. What is the problem? Because the money has been released from the National Treasury. The students are saying we are delaying in releasing the money. So who is not doing the right things? So I wanted to clarify that before I forget. Now, so when we received all this, all the information that we receive is helping us in informing the next budget and also the next budget and also the medium-term budget process. I'm about to conclude or